Honestly, I'm just gonna say it. Being able to talk to people is a superpower. You can literally do whatever you want with this ability. It's like the strongest, most useful ability on the planet. But the way everyone goes about teaching it, it's kind of stupid, to be honest, because they give this advice where they kind of advise you to go out and talk to people to get better at talking to people, which, yeah, it does work. That's how I got better at being confident and all of this. But if you can't even talk to people to begin with, because that's already difficult, what do you even do? Like, how can you get better at talking to people if you can't talk to people and you have no confidence? It doesn't really make sense, because there's nothing you can do to even begin. Like, if you can't begin a journey if there's no path, and they never actually cover what to do. They just say, like, just do it or just go out of your comfort zone. But it's so inspecific. What do you even do with that? Like, there's nothing you can do. So I was thinking, what could you do if you literally can't talk to people? There's nothing you can do about it. No matter how much I tell you, just do it. Just go out of your comfort zone. Let me get this job. You aren't gonna do it anyways. What do you do then? And honestly, I didn't know for a while. This was just a question floating about in my mind. And I didn't know for a while until one day it kind of just popped up. Like, the answer just appeared to me, and immediately I was like, this is it. This is it. This is the secret. If you literally can't talk to anyone, this will get you there. From 0 to 1. And that's all you need. And I don't think you'll hear about this anywhere else. Like, all of these social YouTubers, none of them I've seen have even mentioned this. Because this is actually a technique used in therapy. So it's called imagery rescripting. And it's this technique where you literally use this process in order to rewrite your memory of an event, in order to literally change your brain into thinking that the event that was bad and happened didn't actually happen. And by doing this, you can basically become more confident just using your brain. Because I don't know if you know these studies, there's quite a lot of them, so you've probably heard of that at some point. But there's a lot of studies that explain, and this is proven, that you use the same neural pathways when you visualize things in your brain compared to when you actually do it. So if you're practicing like an instrument and you imagine playing the piece that you're trying to learn, you'll actually get better at playing it just by using your mind. And to use this technique, it's actually quite simple. So all you need to do to use this technique is imagine some situation where, damn, I didn't set this up properly. I'm like getting my setup properly calibrated mid video. If you want to do imagery rescripting, all you need to do is imagine a time where you didn't act the way you wanted to in a social situation. So let's say, like yesterday, you were walking, right? You were outside, and you saw this cute girl and you wanted to talk to her, and you didn't because you were kind of nervous, and you're like, no, I don't know if I can do that, and you just kind of walked past her awkwardly, right? What you should do instead is play back that memory, right? Play it back. Okay, that's kind of bad. And now pause, like in your mind, you're visualizing all of this in first person, like you're actually doing it. Go back to the time where it almost happened and imagine yourself literally going up to her, you feel nervous, like even simulate the anxiety in your stomach or how you felt when this was happening. But despite that, you pushed through the nerves, you went up to this person, you talked to her, it was a nice conversation. And then even justify it. So after you do this, justify it. So literally tell yourself, this should have happened, and it makes sense that this should have happened because there's no physical reason why I couldn't talk to her. And the worst possible thing she could have done is basically say, no, she isn't stronger than me, so I don't need to worry about like getting, I don't know, assaulted by her. I'm chilling, bro. So there's no reason why I shouldn't be able to talk to her. But instead, it doesn't actually make sense that I didn't talk to her, because it was more of a loss to me not to, since I started thinking about how I should have done it. And by justifying this in your brain, it starts to make you believe that it's actually possible, and it makes more sense to do it than to not do it. Because your brain always kind of runs simulations of the worst possible case scenario when you talk to someone new, because this is how we kind of evolved. So if you justify and you do imagery rescripting, you basically change your beliefs behind talking to people. And if you do this enough, it literally changes your long-term brain and mindset in order to go ahead and just talk to new people. And it basically transforms you into the social Chad who can do whatever you want without even talking to a single person. You can do this at the comfort of your home, literally. And then eventually you'll just notice you see someone, and without even thinking, you just go up to them because it's so easy. It's like it's natural. You've done this a million times before in your brain. And the benefits of this, of course, changing your long-term beliefs. This is a huge one. It makes it easier. But also, I've seen this happen just by using it myself. Whenever I use the technique, I always notice every single time I feel so positive. Like I literally do the technique and I just notice I have a big smile on my face. I'm like, this is easy. Socializing is easy. I'm confident. I'm chilling, bro. And if I go out after doing that, I'll literally be like 10 times more social. Genuinely. It has a huge benefit, a huge effect. And of course, the end result is that you do talk to people. So to a degree, yeah, still you need to go out and talk to people. But this gets you to level 1 where you can at least do it. And I think that's the most important part, obviously, right? Because right now, if you're watching this, you probably can't do it. So no amount of me telling you just do it, that doesn't help you at all. It doesn't even do anything for you, right? So this is the next best advice. And this is kind of an interesting thing. So from this point on, I'm not really going to give... No, I will give you a bit of advice, but it's not going to be like as practical. But here's the thing. I actually came across this technique when I was on YouTube. I was watching this guide on lucid dreaming. So lucid dreaming is kind of just this thing to become aware when you're dreaming. So you have dreams every night, and you can do certain techniques in order to realize you're dreaming when you're in a dream, and just do whatever you want. Fly around, practice skills in dreams, do whatever you want. And I think this is super cool. So I was like, bet I'm gonna learn this, bro. Obviously. And this YouTuber who I was watching, he was explaining a way to improve your dream control, because dreams are kind of based on your expectations. So you won't be able to do cool stuff in a dream and fly and do all of this if you don't believe you can do it. Meaning, if you want to be able to fly, you need to genuinely believe this is possible. I can do this. And he was talking about using imagery rescripting to improve your dream control. And I thought, wait, if you can do imagery rescripting for dream control, why wouldn't you be able to do it for socializing and basically everything else? It's literally a cheat code. So I was looking into it a bit, how imagery scripting works and how visualization works and how it actually changes your brain. And due to neuroplasticity, you can basically just through imagining stuff and using your mind, change your brain to act in ways that people would consider completely unnatural without doing anything physical. The point is, lucid dreaming, if you think about it, it's just very, very vivid visualizations then. Like the act of going into a dream and being aware in the dream, it's basically just, it feels like real life. It's in your mind and it's really just a visualization. So logically, if imagining stuff in your head, visualizing, makes you activate the same pathways as actually doing the action, imagine doing them in a dream. It will actually improve how good you are at doing that skill. Way more than visualization. So I guess the secondary advice I'd give you that I doubt anyone would take is maybe consider trying to learn to lucid dream. And it's kind of a more niche thing for social skills. Like this is kind of unrelated, people would think. But I feel like lucid dreaming is kind of the secondary version of self-improvement that can actually help you get better passively, literally in your sleep. So I think it would be quite interesting if I show you exactly how to lucid dream. And honestly, I'm not an expert at it by any means yet. I've researched quite a bit about it, but I'm still just kind of getting the ropes of it. And I think making a full in-depth guide to it in the social protocol, top link in the description. It's like this program where I teach you how to socialize and everything, and there's like courses in it that show you like, okay, this is how to talk to other guys and make friends, this is how to do XYZ, how to get rid of social anxiety, whatever. I think making a course on lucid dreaming, even though it's completely unrelated, I think that would actually be very beneficial for the people in there, because you can basically practice social skills every day, even if you don't go outside. So let's say you're in a busy period of your life, you can't go outside, you can't do any of that, and you practice lucid dreaming. Every night, you can just go in these social situations, which is obviously a huge advantage. You can always be practicing social skills and also other skills as well. It's kind of just cool being able to do whatever you want. I kind of went off topic, to be honest, but I do want to actually give you advice that helps. So I hope this video helped. Check out the top link in the description. And remember, consistency is over a lifetime. Subscribe.